It is every engineer's dream to have a GCC. Hi guys, welcome to Career and Corporate Hub. I am sitting with somebody who has the GCC. Godri, welcome to Career and Corporate Hub.
Thank you.
Yes, so we're just going to start with where Godri is from, and then we'll touch on GCC after that.
Okay, so I'm Godri, as you know.
Yes.
So I'm originally from the DRC.
Okay.
I'm Congolese.
Yes.
Then I grew up in Limpopo, in a town called
Palabora, where the mines are.
Exactly, so it's a mining town.
Yes.
So I got there just after doing grade 10 in Congo. Then I went to a high school called Francis Toit High School. So I did my grade 11 and 12 there.
Okay.
So then after grade 12, then I actually took a gap year.
Okay.
Yes.
Why?
No, because I literally just wanted to decide like what I really want to do. You know what I'm saying?
So you weren't sure?
I kind of knew, but I didn't.
Yeah.
So, and then after that in 2011, because my matric was in 2009, and in 2011 I went to University of Johannesburg.
Yeah.
So there I got my BEng Mechanical. So I did between 2011 and 2014.
Yeah.
Then I went to work.
Time.
Then so. Yeah, but it wasn't easy though. It was really hard. But I mean, and then after that, then I went to work. Then I went back to school in 2020, did my master's.
Yeah.
In engineering. Engineering management.
Okay.
And then also did my GCC same year, literally at the same time. So,
your master's and your GCC?
Yes.
Okay. The reason why I'm shocked is because not a lot of people pass GCC. So before I even really talk much about GCC, what is GCC?
So GCC stands for Government Certificate of Competency. So for a lot of plants, depending on the demand, you can't run it without a GCC person. But then most of the plants don't actually need that person. But then safety is a big thing in plants. So a lot of companies actually prefer having a GCC person. So the requirement is normally if your plant generates 3,000 kilowatts of electricity, or the demand to run your plant on a continuous basis for let's say at least 30 minutes. It's about 10,000 kVA. Then you need a GCC person because you cannot run without one.
And there's two GCC.
Yes.
Right, which is...
So there's GCC mining works.
Yeah.
And then there's GCC factories.
Okay, so mining obviously is for the mining industry.
Yes, exactly.
And then factory?
It's for manufacturing, like your automotive, your FMCGs.
I see. And why is GCC so important? I think you actually explained that why it's important, but for me it's more of a why. Looking at when we were in varsity, everyone's dream was to have a GCC, but then after university, that dream goes away for some reason. I don't know why. Why is it like that? Okay,
firstly, I would say maybe just to answer why the dream goes away mostly is so a lot of people end up in different departments.
That does not require that.
GCC. So GCC, you need maintenance experience. So they ask for at least, I think, about 2 years before you can apply to actually get the later to write the exams. So a lot of people end up maybe in process, production, and then they forget about it. So
I'm in process or quality now, but
literally, then you forget about it, and then you wanna do what's more aligned with what you're doing. So GCC is very special, or I say the reason why people wanna do it really. I mean, for me myself as a student, because when I check on Google, it's like, GCC people earn a lot of money.
Yes, the money.
So for most people, it's about the money, but then that shouldn't really be the only thing, because as a GCC person, you're actually in charge of the safety of the whole factory.
I had to get arrested if something
you can get arrested.
Guys, you're getting certified to get arrested.
So literally you say, this factory is under me. So normally the site lead needs to be appointed, but then the site leader is GCC. So he literally appoints you for the CEO literally. So you're in charge of the safety. So you need to make sure you got processes in place to make sure that there is no safety related issues in the plant. People don't die. So it's a very important role in the manufacturing companies.
Yeah.
So that's literally why it's very important. And then, as I say, the reason why people want to do it mostly is for money, but then also in terms of opportunities.
Yeah.
Because there's still a high demand for GCC.
Okay, I was about to ask, like, when you said for opportunities, looking at like an automotive, for an example, there's usually one person with GCC or who would be looking after safety, like overall, like in the plant. When you say in high demand, where is the demand?
So automotive, literally one plant needs one GCC person, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But if you check maybe like in South Africa, I think the biggest industry in manufacturing that hires a lot of GCCs, it's FMCGs. Like your fast-moving consumer goods, like your Unilevers, your Tiger brands, they have like many different plants.
Yeah.
But if you go to automotive, let's say like Mercedes Benz only has one plant in South Africa, they mostly only have one plant each. So the biggest company that hires GCC person is FMCGs.
Okay.
Yeah. So also for them, they don't always check if the power, electricity requirements requires a GCC person, but then they would normally just need one.
Okay.
Just to make sure that they're safe when
they're safe. Okay. And you've worked for how many companies with the GCC?
Okay, so my current company, Bushveld Mineral, and then I'm moving into FMCG next month. So that's going to be my second company.
Okay. So when you were at automotive, you were not using the GCC or? No.
So in automotive, I was a maintenance engineer. So I did maintenance in projects.
Okay.
And then I used the experience and the opportunity to do my GCC. Then I got a GCC opportunity.
Okay. I see.
But the reason being as well, you can only have one. So there was already one person. So.
Yeah, and while we're on that, in terms of like, you know, companies having one person who is certified, what about ladies? Are there a lot of ladies who have GCC? I honestly don't know anyone, any lady. I know of guys,
So to be honest, actually, it's mostly guys, as you said. There are ladies I've seen like on LinkedIn mostly, but it's only a few ladies.
Okay, I must do my research. Yes.
So, but I see there are some positions where they're looking for a female GCC person.
Because females are in demand. I mean, looking at the stats, like things must balance out.
Literally.
Yeah. And what would you advise, like, for somebody who would like to, you know, go do that exam, or how does the exam work? Like, what is the process?
Okay.
Yeah.
So the process of obtaining your GCC, so we first start with your qualification. So if you go to BEng, you only need like 2 years maintenance experience. Then you apply for it later, so you can write the exams. If you got a BTech or a diploma, then you need to do
so you can also do it with a diploma.
Yes.
Okay.
Then you can do additional subjects. Let's say if you got mechanical, you do some electrical.
Okay.
And you can actually do with an N6 as well. Yes.
Okay.
You just need to do the required subject that they need, so you can go write the exams.
Okay.
Yeah. And then after if you cover all your, let's say the qualification you have, all the subject they need, then you would normally need 2 years experience in maintenance. And then after you get there, then you send an application form to the Department of Labor. And then if you meet the requirement and they send you a letter saying, here's the letter, you can write to GCC with the latest valid for 3 years. If you fail it, you don't pass in 3 years, you must reapply.
For the letter. Okay. And so the exam is like when you're going to do your license? No, I'm just like talking about preparation.
So the GCC exam is quite, it's quite hectic. So there's 2 exams.
Okay.
There's the OSHAC, the safety exam, and then there's the plant exam.
Okay.
So the OSHAC is like safety, everything safety, all the safety regulations.
What I'm asking is you don't go to class to prepare for the exam. You have to prepare yourself. That's what I'm saying. It's like when you're going to write a learners.
Okay.
Yes.
So for GCC normally you have to prepare yourself, but then a lot of people normally go for classes.
There are classes.
Because there are companies, like there's one Palucraft on LinkedIn.
Okay.
Yeah, so I use their books as well. So I bought like study material and then So they normally have like people, if you're doing GCC, they have like classes you can go and attend, then they assist you with topics and then you go and write.
Okay.
Yeah, but a lot of people just prepare on their own.
Yeah.
Because it's much more convenient for you if you...
Yeah, I mean, after you've worked, like when you have some experience, I'm sure you understand the importance of writing that exam and the importance of passing. Exactly. Which not a lot of people pass it, but yeah, it's part of life. Exactly, so what would you advise someone who would like to go write the GCC exam?
Okay, first thing first. They must go, but they need to prepare. And then so one thing, the way I did it, I didn't write all my 2 exams at the same time.
So you can write them at the same time? Okay.
No, you can write 2 at the same time. So I was doing my master's at the same time as well. So I didn't want to put myself under too much pressure because I was already under pressure. So normally it's better, give yourself time to prepare and understand the topics. And then you can start with your either plans and then, because normally the exams are June and November. You can write in June, you write your plans, in November you write your OSHEC or vice versa. But also depends on you, how you're feeling. But then for me, it's always better to give yourself time and then. But I know people who wrote both and they passed them first time. So
it's all about knowing who you are and your capability.
And how full is your plate.
True. And I mean, as you mentioned in the beginning that there aren't many ladies, what would you advise for, ladies like me too as well? I need that advice because I'm one of the people who ran away from,
So for me, if you're a female in maintenance manufacturing, please go for GCC. Because I mean there is a lot of demand, but then also besides that, in terms of manufacturing maintenance, the more you climb, the top get higher. I mean, from what I'm seeing now, GCC is literally the basis for you to get opportunities as like maintenance managers and all that. So it's literally a requirement for most jobs.
And so what do you do as a person who has, as an engineer who has GCC? So
in GCC, in most, literally everywhere that I've seen, except in automotive, you're a maintenance manager or engineering manager. You're in charge of the maintenance department, either including sites and operations, but then so most of them, especially FMCGs, the GCC person looks after sites, process and facilities maintenance. And at the same time, you're a GMR 2.1, which is General Machinery Regulation. So you're in charge of the safety of the plant. So normally it's a senior position. You're a manager, maintenance manager. So and then so you're in charge of literally making sure the machines are maintained for asset care management and the safety of people in the workplace. And literally the whole maintenance scope is under you as well.
I see. Whew. And we have spoken about money, and obviously money is good. So looking at the where we are moving to, the direction that we're moving to of artificial intelligence or digital world space, how do you see having a GCC fitting into that world?
So I would say GCC is mostly safety related. And GCC is not necessarily linked to AI, but GCC involves maintenance. And in maintenance, there's a lot of machine learning. So you use machine learning to learn the patterns of how your machine works, so you can predict when it's about to fail. So also there is a couple of machine learning or AI systems you can use, like to make the machine safer. So it's not necessarily directly linked to GCC, but it can improve your safety as well.
So there is future in having GCC.
No, definitely yes. Because I believe it's, as I say, it's becoming the basis of probably 10 years from now. They probably won't make you a maintenance manager without one.
I mean, maintenance, you are responsible for
for safety already anyway. So they also just need someone who can prove that they've went through the training, they're certified to look after machinery.
Yeah, and when you talk about maintenance, everyone thinks of like fixing things. Yeah, obviously maintaining. Me, what comes to my mind, maintenance, I'm thinking of like those big equipment that you have to fix or maintain when it breaks. Can you just like maybe briefly explain exactly what you would do as a person who holds a GCC certification, an engineer? Let me not say a person, let's respect engineers.
So as an engineer, there's a couple of safety regulations and standards, let's say for like your pressure regulation, for lifting equipment. So you need to understand them and know what the rules are. So they normally tell you maybe a certain equipment, you do a certain test every 12 months. Before you start using maybe a hoist, you must do a load test. You must have a certificate. So that, let's say,
I had to do a load test, I think last week.
So because the thing is, if the hoist was lifting something and then something falls and hurts someone or kills someone, then DOL, which is the Department of Labor, they will come and they will ask, where's the load test certificate?
Okay, so you must make sure that everything is certified.
Exactly, as specified.
Up to date, Oh, and specified.
As specified from the standard, because there is requirements of everything, how you must maintain it, and all the legal documentation must keep. Because if something happens, you need to prove that things were done according to
the standard. Okay. So let's actually break down the money when we talk about money. I think, money can be, like, that's very relative to the company that you're working for. So when you say, when you have a GCC, you earn a lot of money, what does that mean?
So I wouldn't say you actually earn a lot, but it depends. Because normally most company, they will normally ask for a pay slip now. They want to see
they compare
how much you're earning. And then they give you more.
Depending on what you were earning from a previous company.
So if you were earning less where you were coming from, they just give you a normal salary. It's going to be a lot for you. But at least with a GCC, you can get like better salary as compared to when you don't have one.
I wonder what the difference is.
So I mean, it's companies also want to save money. So
true.
I mean, they want you, so they want to give you more. But I mean, someone who earns 10 rand and the person who earns 5 rand, if you all go for a job, they give the 10 rand person 15 rand, and the 5 rand person 15 rand. It's more for the 5 rand person. So it's all about that perspective, like where you're coming from.
I feel like that's a bit unfair. I think I must get somebody who works in finance, because I was also in the same position where the company that I was working for, when they hired me, they had a budget for that specific box. And then when they hired me as a female to take that box, they reduced the money, like literally by almost 50%, just because I was a female. So I feel like this topic, we need to like really break it down, why companies do that, because I feel like it's a bit unfair, because when you've got a position, you've got a budget for that position. Yes, company, the main goal for the company is to make money, but what about, your employees? And do you have any projects that you're busy with to give back to the community?
Nothing like specific, but then like I always try to help like the new engineers. So I don't really, there's one that I kind of work with, not much, that I'm actually relocating now, but I always try to guide him best, because he also want to do a GCC, and he kind of like want to follow the path of like plant engineer, maintenance manager. So at the moment he's in a different space also. So which is like, I literally started mostly doing process and a bit of maintenance.
And how did you get to maintenance?
Then I changed companies.
So you applied for it?
I moved to a different company, then somehow I just ended up in maintenance.
Okay, and that's where you wanted to be?
Always wanted to be.
GCC. And maybe just going back to varsity, did you always know that you wanted to have a GCC?
So as I got to my third year, then I actually wanted both GCC and PR Eng.
Oh yes, there is PR as well, professional engineering. So
I wanted both, but then normally A PR-eng is mostly when you're in, consulting. Yeah, but I mean, you can always get it. You can also get it when you're in maintenance.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in GCC, when you're in maintenance, then it's a must. Like if you want to go up, you need to get to GCC.
Yeah.
And then later on, you can get a PR-eng.
And now that you talk about PR-eng, what is the difference between PR and GCC?
Okay.
Or which one is better? Yeah.
So I mean, depends. So for me personally, based on the opportunities, GCC is way better.
Definitely way better. Yeah.
But in terms of international recognition, PR-eng is better. Because PR-eng is under the Washington Accord, so the degree is recognized in like USA, Australia. So you're all under the same community. So when you go to PR-eng here, they recognize it in Australia and in the USA. So if you want to go international, then you need PR-eng.
Yeah, and a lot of people are moving to, abroad. So I think it's also advisable that, we consider the PR path. Yeah. And so in future or now, would you like to stay in corporate or run your own business?
Corporate is good.
Okay.
I mean, like, as long as you're doing something you like. But also, I don't see myself working until the normal retirement age. Because I mean, in terms of business, it's always good to have like, passive income. Not only to rely on working. But then, so it's quite a tricky one because the passive income might not be like doing what you like. But I mean, for now, I'm in corporate. I think I wanna push and see how far it gets.
Content. You wanna become a plant manager or CEO of a...
Not necessarily. More like I wanna see if I can get up to plant manager as well. But also you need to understand how you get the more stress you get. The more you add merit to your work.
I mean, already GCC is like more stressful. You're always thinking like, is everything, up to standard? I would assume that's
because the higher you go, then it's a lot more. So I just want to make sure emotionally I'm ready for that. And then,
so because I'm sure the type of business that you would do would also be aligned with engineering, GCC.
Yeah, but I'm not really interested in engineering business.
Why not?
Because it's actually a whole lot of work. And then also in terms of engineering, it's not very, I mean, from what I see, it's quite a tough one. And it's seasonal, like not consistent.
Sure. But we've got a lot of people from other fields running engineering companies and having engineers working for them.
No, exactly. So
that bothers me a lot. I feel like engineers, what are we doing?
But I don't see myself as a business person.
Okay.
So that's why I go more into like passive income, like investing in properties.
Oh, okay.
Things like that. You see, that's something I would do. I wouldn't really, or maybe like